I heard that you were trying to get into weightlifting. I also heard you're terrified of it. When I first started off in the gym, I was 19 years old. I had just moved to a new city. I was incredibly undermuscled. I wasn't properly nourishing my body. I was skinny, I was small, and I was petrified of the gym, but wanted nothing more than to start going. I thought that everyone that was in that gym was judging me. I thought they were judging my form, judging how little I was lifting, judging what my workout routines were looking like, as if they somehow knew exactly what my routine was looking like.
Even though at that time I didn't have a routine.
I find the first thing that makes people stop and not want to go to the gym is the anxiety that they feel, the gym anxiety. They're terrified that everyone's looking at them, that they're doing things wrong, that they're going to hurt themselves. Just everything piles up and piles up and piles up until you hit your breaking point, and it just makes you not want to go at all. Unfortunately, the only way to get over that gym anxiety is to keep consistently going. No one is watching you unless they're also beginners and trying to work up the courage to use the machine that you are currently using. Every person that goes to the gym has experienced this once in their life. Every pro athlete was once a beginner athlete. You can't immediately start something and be like, perfect. It takes time, it takes effort. You can't just look at this machine and be like, oh, I know exactly how to use this right away, even though it's the first time I've ever seen the machine. I started going to a new gym that has a pendulum squat.
Huh?
I'm terrified of it. I have to use it to actually know how to use it, which is what I'm going to do right now.
Make it lighter. Bruh.
I switched gyms again, so I forgot to preference that. That's why I'm not doing the pendulum squat in that video. So.
No one is watching me. No one is making me feel insecure in the gym anymore because I've started going, I've made mistakes, I know I'm making mistakes, but everyone that goes to the gym makes these same mistakes.
No one is thinking you're going to be perfect.
It's okay to look at it and be like, how am I ever going to get to this level? How am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to do? But at the same time, that's how you learn. Another thing that a lot of gyms do are gym tours. When I started going to this new gym, they immediately gave me a tour of everything in the building. It immediately eased my mind, even though I've been going to the gym for a couple of years now. New gyms can be scary, especially when you don't know where anything is. So utilize gym tours because they will help you in the long run. This new gym that I'm going to, I am a bit nervous about it because I've never been there before, but I know that the more I go, the less anxiety I will feel. Just like you going to the gym for the first time, the more you go, the less the anxiety will be there because it's going to start becoming something that you're used to. Go in and you feel confident, you know exactly what you're doing. You're going in and you're not thinking about everyone because you've seen these same people now for a couple of weeks. Another thing that people find about starting the gym is how am I going to stay consistent? First thing I want to tell you, consistency makes the gym anxiety go away. Because you're going there again, and it becomes a habit and you're not overthinking every single movement you make because you've been there for a while. The more consistent you are, the less anxiety you will have. Consistency isn't always shown through progress. Progress isn't always linear. Your first couple of weeks, you will notice gains. You will notice weight loss. You will notice that you're able to grow muscle a lot quicker. However, many people will progress, and then they hit a plateau for a while. That is completely normal, and I find people usually quit when they hit that plateau. But that plateau eventually starts to go up again. Going to the gym is not about aesthetics. It's about your health. It's about your mind. It's about discipline. And discipline is the number one thing that you have to rely on when motivation goes away and you want to stay consistent in the gym. You need to rely on discipline, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is the main thing that makes people go to the gym. You need to have fun with going to the gym. If lifting weights isn't your thing, you're not necessarily going to want to love going to the gym. But if you try different things, maybe your gym offers different classes like barre and Pilates or yoga or anything like that. Utilize these type of things. At the end of the day, it's what makes you happy. Weights is your thing though. Having a plan always helps. I use MyFitnessPal. However, I have used notebooks in the past where I would write down everything that I'm going to do on certain days, such as like if you're a beginner, you're probably going to go to 3 to 4 times a week. If you're going 3, you could have Monday, say, lower body, Wednesday, upper body, and then Friday you can do full body or you could do cardio and abs, something like that. But having a plan really helps you going into the gym where you're not rushing around trying to figure out what to do, and then the anxiety creeps back in, the consistency goes out the window, your discipline gets pushed away, and then your motivation
is not existent anymore.
Your plan has to be realistic. If you are a mother, a full-time worker, and you have just so much on your plate, you have to think about what is realistically going to work for you. You can't look at people that they work from home, they have no children, and they're young and try to follow what they are doing, because that's not going to work for you because you're a completely different person. And when you don't stick to your plan and your goals aren't met, you're going to start to lack on consistency because your discipline is not going to be there because the motivation disappeared way too quick for the consistency and the discipline to stick in. Another thing that you can do to help with anxiety is to call ahead and see when the less busier hours are and then go in during those times, which will help with the gym anxiety, but will also make you feel more confident in doing your workouts, and less machine and equipment are going to be taken up during these times because there are going to be less people. If you do have to go during busy hours, because again, you're a mom, you're a full-time worker, you have just too much on your plate to be able to set aside early times in the morning or later at night, or just in between the midday where not many people are at the gym, have backup exercises to your workout routine. Say if you have squats and there's only 2 squat racks at your gym, which was what was like at my old gym, and I hated it.
Anyways,
if there's only 2 squat racks and you have squats planned for the very first workout and both of them are being used and you just want to be in and out, have a backup plan to do maybe leg presses or goblet squats. You're still getting your workout in. It's not exactly going exactly to plan, but it's your backup exercise where you're not going in and having to sit around or wait, which can add to anxiety if you feel you're just standing around watching people and waiting for them to stop using the equipment that you want to use, which can make you feel more nervous. I know it makes me nervous where I have to just stand around and wait and wait and wait for that one person to stop using the equipment that I want to use. Another thing before you go in is if you're doing an exercise that you've never seen before, or if you're not super confident on it, look up videos on form and practice it at home before going into the gym and using weights. Because I know if you go in, want to do this exercise, but you're afraid you're doing your form wrong, you might be a little bit nervous to maybe set up your phone and see exactly what the form looks like on you. Because again, if you're anxious at the gym, you're not going to want to set things up and record yourself working out. Having a written down plan and just making sure that there's going to be no hiccups along the way with your first time going into the gym is going to make your fear of the gym so much less, and you're going to conquer this anxiety way quicker. Something that I love to do before going to the gym Now, people that have been consistently going to the gym for a long time are generally going to have a bit more stuff when it comes to their gym bag versus someone that's brand new. If you are brand new, you do not need all the cool, fun little things. All you need are lifting sneakers, and if you're doing cardio, some good running sneakers. You don't need anything expensive, just these Vans I've had since I was 17 years old, and they're perfect. Now, they are starting to fall apart, and I do have another pair, but again, I'm probably going to stick to these for a little bit longer. Like, that shouldn't be happening. When you're lifting weights, you want to have a flat bottom. Some people go barefoot. I will never be one of those people, but if you are, please wear socks. So Vans, Converse, anything with a flat bottom that's going to keep you stable during your lifts. If you wear something like this when you're lifting weights, you're not going to have as stable as a foot, and you're going to wobble a lot, and it's going to, affect your knees, your hips. It could cause an injury. You're just not going to be stable in your foot. Now, some things that I have that you do not need if you are a beginner are things like wrist straps. I only use these now because I'm lifting stuff and my forearms are not as strong as my legs. And that's okay. If you are a beginner, you need to build up your forearm strength before you start using straps, because you want to have an overall strong body. If your legs start to become way stronger than your grip strength, that's when you start using stuff like this. But at the very beginning, do not buy this. This is something that's for the future. Barbell pad. I didn't have one of these for the first while. I know some people use like yoga mats on their hips. This one is a bit more necessary if you're going to be doing hip thrusts, because the bar hurts so bad. If you're only lifting lighter weights, like say you're starting off with dumbbells, you don't need this. This is not going to cover a dumbbell. Just use the dumbbell. I also have ankle straps. I don't use them that often, but when I do, they're great. So, you're back from the gym and you just heard,
You have 30 minutes to get enough protein in.
that's not true! As long as you're getting enough protein throughout the whole day, you're fine. Just, remember to eat after your workout because you will be hungry and it is a good idea to eat, but you don't need to rush home at like lightning speed to make sure that you get your protein shake in within that 30-minute time gap, whatever, to get protein in. Like, no. Just remember to fuel your body before and after, and don't listen to those people telling you that you have 30 minutes to get a whole lot of protein in. Like, no. I do take protein shakes after a workout, but that's just because I'm starving after a workout, but it's just simple. Eat your protein, have enough protein in through the whole day. You can have a protein shake after, but don't be so focused on that 30-minute interval. Like, it's not true. Before you work out, if you have to be in the gym in 30 minutes, have simple carbs such as bananas, apples, juices, orange juice, apple juice, white bread, and white rice. Honey is a good one. I also love dates, but make sure you're having simple carbs before working out. If you do have a bit of time before your workout, have some more complex carbs, such as sweet potatoes, quinoa, and brown rice. Now, these ones take a bit longer to digest, so make sure you're having it again like 2 hours before your workout, or you're going to really feel it when you're at the gym full of food. I eat more like sugars when I'm at the gym, such as candies. I usually have candies on me when I'm at the gym, but that's just because I faint sometimes. Doctor has heard about it. They can't figure it out. Yeah, so nutrition is important, but that whole 30-minute thing, I have some words for the person that came up with it. So, the last piece of advice I have for you is to follow people that actually inspire you and actually motivate you, and not people that you're scrolling through your phone and every single person that you see on your phone is making you just feel so awful about yourself, like you're going and looking in the mirror and just judging every inch of your body. Like, that is not going to help you. That's just going to hurt you. Don't do that. I know I used to. Don't follow them, guys. It's just going to hurt you. You should follow people that inspire you to be better. Someone that you can actually look up to you, whether they had a big injury that they came back from, or their journey inspires you to be better in whatever way that is. Follow someone you also look up to, whether they're a bit older. I know there's a lady, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's an older lady. And she didn't start working out until she was in her older age. And she's jacked. Like, I want to be her when I grow up. Another thing is follow people that are similar to you. Whether they're a mother, they're a student that also works like 3 jobs. There's someone that has recovered from an eating disorder. Or someone that has lost like 100 pounds. Follow those type of people, the ones that are similar to you. Because they know your struggles. They know what to post and not to post that is going to trigger you or make you feel like... Don't just follow people you're constantly comparing yourself to, because that's not helpful to you. It's just going to make you feel like garbage. I know it makes me feel like garbage. These type of people can affect your mental health, which in return worsens your motivation. And at the beginning, motivation is what really drives you before you get to your discipline. So no motivation equals you're not going to build that discipline, meaning you're not going to go to the gym. It goes back to the anxiety and back to the overthinking. So please don't just follow people that you want to look like. Follow people that truly inspire you and motivate you to be better. So yeah, the gym is not a scary place. It really has helped me. It's helped my confidence. It's helped my mental health. It has really shrunken the amount of anxiety I have. And it's also helped me find friends. And my favorite thing in this world is when people are like, wow, do you work out?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
So guys, go to the gym, go to yoga, go to Pilates, go to that sport that you used to love. Just move your body and have fun with it. Love you. Bye.